timeframes and those,
I know it's a big bit, but
It's important.
you can ballpark it within 5-6 cents either way.
Councillor Russell? Yeah, Martin, Martin is second.
Yeah, it's
Councillor Underwood is second. I get it. All in favor of that? Carried. Councillor Russell?
Mr. Mayor, back in this large body of reports, we said that we didn't want to talk about it and we shouldn't hear, so we have to somehow. It's called the retraction of capacity, and then that led to another discussion when we got awkward for a second with John there. I can't remember where that was, but there was another awkward one. Yeah, that was you. You were awkward.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Because when you start, I'm saying I need some advice, and I'll make a motion to instruct if I need that. But I need some advice through you to John. Okay, that has been a huge issue. Yeah. I don't know any other way, because that one clarification. Thank you, Martin. What do you think in terms of, do we need a motion for this? Do we need to direct you to bring Barry and a full report on this, and including clarification of volumes and choices? Because this is an issue that I'm sure that most of us are just having a hard time with.
As long as there's a consensus on that direction.
I don't know. You have to give it direction on it?
Just give direction.
Just give direction to bring a report on the retraction of.
Bring the
bring
report
it
and
back.
Barry here.
It'll
Can't
come back.
discuss it unless we're in camera, so,
Clarification.
yeah, we have nothing to discuss right now.
Yeah.
No, so we need to go in camera, report and.
We don't need to go on camera today. We're going to ask for the report to come back in camera, and that's your motion.
I'll make that as a motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Second by Councillor Underwood.
I want to go over that.
Questions? All in favor of that motion? Got enough to do this weekend?
So we're gonna do the budget now?
Let's do the budget.
No, hold on. Before everybody gets,
Let's do the budget.
Sorry, there are a couple of little technical
housekeeping things that need to be done. That the Lampshire supports the extension of the time frame for the mandate of the Grand Bend Area Sewage Treatment Facility Treatment Board, and reaffirm the extension of the tender. They're asking us to, Councillor Russell,
I'll make that motion.
make that motion to extend the terms of the agreement. Second by Councillor Cook. Questions on that? All in favor of that? Carried. Thank you. The housekeeping thing. Anything else that we need to make a motion on? It's a special agenda. Discussion period is listed on here, and it's, I want to, it's not for grandstanding statements, it's for statements and questions, clarifications of what we've done. So I'm going to open it up to the public for a few minutes. We'll see if, state your name and go ahead. Were you asking?
Oh, no, I will since I'm up. So that gentleman there was telling us about the environment and our lagoons, the water that comes out of our lagoons, you could drink. But our pig factories and cow factories put it out here like a swamp. That creek that goes by the arena, a frog dies.
Okay, thank you. Right. Anyone else have a clarification of what we've? Mr. Lewis.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Prasad from the.
I don't know whether, I don't think that's a proper procedure through a public meeting. He's attending, but it wasn't part of the procedure.
Then just one statement about the comments that were made. There was no quantitative information provided to the council, and I think that may have been appropriate through the MOE to do that. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Zorzi.
My question is, since the tender has only been extended for 2 weeks, how do you anticipate handling the deputy mayor's motion in that time frame when he's already been told he better put together the financial numbers for the build 1 or build 2. You've only got 2 weeks, and it's probably less than 2 weeks now, because you probably had this discussion last Monday or Tuesday, so you've got about a week and a half. I don't think he can put together the numbers for the other alternatives for you to consider within the 2-week time frame, that's all.
Okay. It'll be quite a challenge, we'll see what we can get. Mr. Mattson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On page 11 of the handout from Mr. Byrne, it talks about the Watson and Associates recommending that the life cycle replacement cost be spread out over, not be paid for a period of 10 years, and then spread it out over that. Well, in your application to the Building Canada Fund, a question was made, will life cycle cost accounting in respect of wastewater, et cetera, be done within a 2-year period of commencement of the project? And the answer was yes. So you don't have that 10 years. You really need to look at that issue being starting within a 2-year period, not over a 10-year period. Don't confuse yourself with those things.
Okay, we'll look
The
into
other
that.
issue is there's no comment in this about anything having to be a single train, double train, orbital, etc. It just simply has to be a mechanical plant of tertiary style, which I believe the deputy mayor's proposal would fulfill also, for much less money. I may be wrong. I was told that by an engineer today.
Okay. Jerry Rucky?
I commend council on their view of taking an alternative look at financing, because should you determine an alternative method, I'll be a recipient of that when, because I live at Ifferwash Beach, and when you come around to servicing that, if you're consistent, I'll be a recipient of that, and I thank you for that. John is quite a job ahead of him, and some people have talked about pulling some numbers out of the air and things like this. If he wants to take a look at what it would cost for the lagoon upgrade and adding sand filters, and that's the New Hamburg process that Chris talked about, Dylan has in fact included that in the EA. The numbers are already there. They determined it to be a higher cost than the alternative that they proposed. They have in fact built, to my knowledge, at least 2 of them, designed and built at least 2 of those, because both of those I was involved in operating at Belmont and Port Stanley. So that is there. And the third comment I want to make, biodigesters, there are hundreds of them in the province of Ontario. The average effluent BOD out of a biodigester is somewhere between 500 and 1,000 milligrams per liter BOD. And how that will meet our standard of 10, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. That's it for tonight. Councilor Russell?
Motion to adjourn. Come back after Monday.
Second. Come back, have me on Monday, second week, Councilor Russell. All in favor?